Welcome to the course Depreciation, Alternate Investment and Profitability Analysis. We are continuing with the module 3, that is profitability analysis. Today in the lecture we will deal or we will discuss another profitability methods, that is net return. Net return method is another profitability measure which does not use time value of money. It measures the extra amount of cash flow that is required to meet the minimum acceptable rate of return on the investment as well as to recover the total capital investment that has incurred. This is computed by subtracting amount earned on investment based on minimum acceptable rate of return plus the actual total capital investment from total cash flow. All these amounts are in fact cash flows obtained over the evaluation period. Let us take how to compute this net return. It is given as Rn is equal to summation j equal to 1 to n npj plus dj plus recj minus summation fj j equal to minus b to n minus mar n j equal to minus b to n fj, where dj is the depreciation in jth year, RECJ is the money recovered from the working capital and the sales of physical assets, that is equipment, building, land, etc. in the year j. NPJ is the net profit in the jth year. When I say net profit, tax paid. Fj is the total capital investment done in jth year. This is fixed plus working capital. MAR is the minimum acceptable rate of return per year and N is the evaluation period. Here we will see that this starts from minus b, where this starts from j equal to 1. Basically, if we see that if this is the period t equal to 0, the firm starts producing. Before that we have to invest. That means the investment will start from here and the production starts from here, and that is why this is minus b, because these are the fixed investments. It starts before the production starts. Further process this, we can write down as summation dj plus recj is equal to summation fj. The equation reduces to Rn n by n summation j equal to 1 to n npj minus mar n j equal to minus b to n fj, or we can write down Rn is equal to n into Np average minus MAR n into F, capital F. Capital F is the summation of this Fj. Now, this n is this and 1 by n into this is NP average, or you can write down Rn average is equal to NP average minus MAR into F. This is capital F, bold F. If I take n common and divide this, Rn divided by n becomes Rn average. So, this is my formula. Now, the right hand side of this equation, this is right hand side of this equation, is derived, it is derived equations are equal to the total cash flow minus the amount of money required to pay capital investment per year along with the earnings that are expected from capital investment based on minimum acceptable rate of return. Now, having derived this equation, let us go for some numericals where we will apply these equations to arrive at some conclusions. Any positive value of Rn indicates that the cash flow to the project is actually greater than the amount necessary to repay the investment and obtain a return that meets the minimum acceptable rate. Therefore, it is earning at a rate greater than the minimum acceptable rate, which is MAR. If Rn happens to equal to 0, then the project is repaying the investment and matching the required MAR. Either results indicate a favorable rating for the project. However, a negative value of Rn indicates that the project obtains a return that is less than the MAR, and therefore, the project should be unfavorably rated. Now, let us take an example. The objective of this example is, given the value of initial investment, service life, income tax rate, yearly cash flow after tax and acceptable rate of return, compute the net return. Example is the pertinent data for the determination of net return for a machine is given below. Compute the net return. So, example 1, the initial fixed capital investment of the project is rupees 20 lakh. Service life is 6 years. Income tax 30%. Acceptable rate of return is 20%. Working capital is equal to 8,000. Salvage value is equal to 15,000. These are the conditions. And revenue after tax one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 8, 7, 8, 9, 7, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 88956. Now the solution. Rn average is equal to NP average minus MAR into F. Rn is equal to Rn average into service life. NP average is equal to NPJ divided by service life. NPJ is equal to the after tax earnings not including depreciation, not including depreciation. Now NPJ is equal to revenue 1 minus tax minus cash expenses which are 0 in this case plus depreciation into 1 minus tax. So NPJ is equal to revenue, that is after tax, revenue after tax. Now when I multiply revenue into 1 minus tax, this is revenue after tax minus 1 minus tax depreciation. So this is revenue after tax. Now the tax percent is 30. So 1 minus 30 is 0.7. So this is 0.7 depreciation. So this is my formula. Now depreciation is, in this case, is 2 lakh minus, this is the salvage value, 15,000 divided by 6 comes out to be rupees 30833.33. So if I calculate NP1 for the first year, this is revenue after tax minus 0.7 into depreciation. Now this is revenue after tax is given. This is 34567 minus 0.7 into 3833.33. This comes out to 12983.67. Similarly, NP2, it will be 79567 minus 0.7 into 30833.33. This comes out to be 57983.67. And if I calculate NP6, this one, this is 88956 minus 0.7 into 3833.33. This comes out to be rupees 67372.67. Now these computations are here. Now I can calculate all NPs and then I can sum it. So, summation of NPJ the summation of NPJ comes out to be 281513. Once this summation is known, I can calculate the NPJ average value. NP average is equal to 281513 divided by 6 comes out to be 46918.8. Now, Rn is equal to NP average into service life minus acceptable rate of return into service life into this into in bracket fixed plus working capital. Now, Rn is equal to four 6918.8 minus 0.2, this is acceptable rate of return is 20%, that is 0.2 into n into 2 lakh plus working capital is 8,000. The investment is 2 lakh here and the working capital is 8,000, there I have given, and this calculates out to be rupees 31912.8. Now, as the value is positive, it says that as the value is positive, I am able to get my acceptable rate of return or more than that acceptable rate of return, and hence this should be accepted. Now, let us take another example, which is example 2. This shows that a company has two alternative investments that are being considered for same type of units that provide same service. Only one investment can be accepted. The minimum acceptable rate of return on the original investment is 20% after tax. Land value and pre-startup costs are negligible. So, I have in example 2, this is investment number, this is 1, 2, fixed capital, this is 1,20,000, this is 1,80,000, working capital, that is 20,000, this is 20,000, service life, this is 5 years, this is 7 years, annual earning, this is 30,000 and 35,000. Now, this annual earning is basically a cash flow which is net profit plus depreciation. This cash flow is net profit plus depreciation. So, if we compute for investment number 1, my formula is Rn is equal to n into Np average minus MAR n into F, capital F. Now, what is given? NP average is equal to rupees 30,000, MAR is equal to 20% or 0.2, F is equal to rupees 1,20,000 plus rupees 20,000, which is the working capital. So, this is taken and this is taken there, and N is equal to 5 years from here. Now, Rn is equal to 5 into 30,000 minus 0.2 into 5 into 1,40,000. So, this comes out to be Rn is equal to rupees 10,000. Now, since Rn is positive, the investment is acceptable, as it will be in a position to meet this MAR 20%, and in fact, it will give a value which is more than 20% return. Now, if I go for the investment number 2, for investment number 2, again same formula, Rn is equal to n into Np average minus MAR into N into F. So, my NP average is equal to 35,000. MAR is equal to 20% or 0.2. F is equal to 1,80,000 plus 20,000. Here I have taken 1,80,000, from here I have taken, and N is equal to 7 years. It is taken from here. Now, if we calculate Rn, 7 into 35,000 minus the value of MAR is 2.2 into 7 years, and this is 2 lakh. 2 lakh has come from here. 1,80,000 plus 20,000 is 2 lakh. This comes out to be 245,000 minus 2,80,000. This comes to be minus rupees 35,000. This quantity is minus. We see that this quantity is minus. That means it is not in a position to pay the minimum return of 20%. Since the value of Rn is negative, the investment is unacceptable to us. Now, to summarize, In this lecture, we demonstrated how to use net return as a profitability measure to select an investment amongst a number of mutually exclusive investments. We saw that if the net return is negative, then the investment is not able to get the minimum rate of return. Here in this case, in the last example, it was 20%, and if it is positive, then it is able to get more than the minimum rate of return, that is MAR, M suffix AR, and if it is even 0, then also it is able to get the MAR. So, if it is 0 or positive, then this is acceptable, proposal is acceptable, and if it is negative, proposal is not acceptable and we have to reject it. Thank you. कितना मिनट हो गया?